Good evening and welcome to Matchday Live. The world champions and kings of Europe are back in action under the lights at Stamford Bridge. We have a Champions League evening all set up for you. Here's what we've got coming up on the show for you, of course. We've got team news coming at you imminently. We will then cross to the social at 7:25. 5 to 8, we'll send you over to our commentary team for live commentary of Chelsea versus Lille, and then reacting to the game with the Pulse at 10 o'clock this evening. It's a very special show as well. We have some very special guests. Our regular brilliance between Savage Dan and Abby McCarthy. We good?
Yeah.
Very good.
And we also have a very, very special guest, a man that has won it all, World Cup winner, legend, Chelsea. We were just discussing how he needs a statue or something on the shed wall at the very least.
A list.
The very
Sir,
least.
Frank Leboeuf, how are you? How are you?
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. I love the economy. So, yeah, it's true. I'm a knight of the Republic.
You are.
Yeah,
you are. And
true.
an actor as well. I mean,
yeah.
I need to ask you this before we get all settled in. Is there anything you're not very good at? Because researching you, you're good at football, you can act, you're a night job, you're a lovely man as well.
Singing, you know.
Good.
Yeah, I can bring the rain if I start singing. Well, in England, it's quite normal.
Let's get on to your Chelsea career then. Obviously, you were at the start of kind of, we talk about this quite a lot, the diminution of sort of dominance that Chelsea came in with. A lot of people came in with you, friends you were talking about off there, Gianluca Vialli, Gianfranco Zola, Roberto Di Matteo.
Mark Hughes.
Mark Hughes.
We can name all the team because it's unbelievable.
What was it like coming in at that time then? It was a bit of a transitional period for the
club. I
club.
have to say that was quite a surprise to have a phone call from Ruud Gullit. In fact, it was from Graham Rix, was translating for Ruud because Graham played for Le Havre in Caen. And he called me and he said, Ruud Gullit wants you. And I said, well, Ruud Gullit, the Ballon d'Or, the fantastic skipper of the Netherlands and Milan. And he said, yes, he wants you. He's becoming a coach and he wants you and wants to create a crazy, fantastic team. I said, well, I'm here. I'm here. I was about to sign for Marseille. And the deal, we couldn't find the deal, in fact. And when he called me, I said, I want to come. And we were in England with France for the Euro '96. And so they came to visit me, and where I think we're based in Manchester. And I signed the contract. But I didn't know, I have to say, I didn't know where Chelsea was. I never put a foot in England and didn't know the history of the club. And I didn't even know, I have to say, that it was in London. So that was a big surprise. But I signed because of the project, not because of the way of life or whatever it is, you know. It was really for football.
Well, I mean, you say that, and obviously part of such a dynasty that then begun, winning the FA Cup, and Chelsea's first season in the Champions League as well, our first ever Champions League game properly anyway against AC Milan. We've got some footage of that now here, and you look at that, I mean, Paolo Maldini leading AC Milan out, and the team that you're a part of there, such a big, like you said, the project. How quickly, when you come in, did you realise how special it could be?
We knew that we were creating the foundation and the basics of the new Chelsea because of the talent of the player. I mean, all those players were international players. And we knew that something would be happening very quickly. And as we won the FA Cup, we already put Chelsea at the top of the Premier League the year after, fighting, you know, trying to fight with the best at the time and competing with them. But I don't know, it came so quickly that it was quite normal. We were just in the middle of it, fighting, trying to get the best. And the thing is, we tried to keep an English atmosphere. It never became an international atmosphere. And Dennis Wise was working very hard on that, where Italians, where we had the Italian legend, and they say, oh, here we speak English. It's how I learned to speak English very quickly with all the guys, and we had to speak English in the dressing room, and we kept the spirit. We had to adapt, of course, because for me, to fight, I remember that game against Wimbledon when I finished with a bib bum, and the ref said, well, that's a goal, he headbutt you, but well, who cares? That was, you had to learn the process of that, but very quickly we adapted to that, and we accepted the toughness of the game. But we tried to bring something else, and we've been successful because we worked together, and we were so pleased to work together.
Very much a part of the beginning of what has been a successful couple of decades for Chelsea now. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel coming in last season. What have you made of him? He's done all right in his 12 months in charge?
Well, pretty well. Pretty well. Well, you know what? It reminds me when Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League, of course, and how well he worked with the team that he just got like a few months before winning lifting the cup. I followed Thomas Tuchel when he signed for Paris Saint-Germain. I think it's somebody who loves football, knows football, and it's hard to cope with the Paris Saint-Germain dressing room. Where at Chelsea, and I could see the difference with Thiago Silva, where Thiago Silva never won that leadership vest that we were expecting at Paris Saint-Germain, but easily did at Chelsea because players were younger, didn't have much experience than him, and followed him. And he had to become a leader. And he did it so easily because he's naturally a leader. On the field, outside the field, he's an example for the players. His investment was 100%. Is fantastic. And Thomas Tuchel brought the professionalism that the players needed, and everybody follows. So it's hard sometimes. I don't agree with what he says or the lines up, but most of the time I have to say that the guy is really talented.
Absolutely. Well, I would love to see your reaction to the team news now, because this is the team that Thomas Tuchel has selected for this evening. In goal, Eduard Mendy, a back three of Andreas Christensen, Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger. Cesar Azpilicueta captains the side from right wing-back N'Golo Conte, Mateo Kovacic in the middle, Marcos Alonso on the left-hand side, and a front three of Christian Pulisic, Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech. Let's go straight up to the gantry to Matt Davies-Adams and Pat Nevin, who are going to react to that for us, boys. What have you got?
So, Pat, we've got the teams, two headlines from it. One, Romelu Lukaku's not starting. Two, Chelsea go back to three at the back. On the latter, does that reassure you? Do you prefer us playing that way defensively?
Do you know what? It got us quite far last year, didn't it? So the team that we've got out tonight is a team that looks really comfortable. It's a team that looks set up the way that the entire back line's happy. You know that you've got Thiago Silva in the centre of it. Rudiger's been amazing, and Christensen one side of him. When you've got Aspi one side and Alonso the other side, that looks to me like a back five that any team would want, and certainly they gave away so many goals last season when that group were playing. So there's no complaints whatsoever there. The other question in midfield, you're looking at Kante playing alongside Kovacic. Now, you kind of get him and Kante or Kovacic, but Jorginho's a possibility. You raise your eyes slightly when he's not playing, but to be fair, they're not bad, are they? They're quite good. But the question's up front, isn't it? It's all about Romelu. And in the end, he's done, he's not scored the goals he wanted to. I'm one of these people that thinks, do you know what, if you have to use him as an impact player now and again, let's see the good attitude. Come on, have an effect, and there's a bit more space at the end of the game and it might suit you. And I think it'll be a good thing for him. A lot of people talk about it tonight. I don't think I've got too many complaints about it. Remember, if Kai's playing up front, he's scored quite important goals for us over the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the 11, I was going to say 1 to 11, 16 to 29, we'll call it. And it looks like round pegs in round holes, which is the key, isn't it? And I include Kai in that, because in that false nine position is where he's had most of his success. Yeah,
and the fact he actually can switch about a bit if you like. I mean, you can actually Pulisic to go a little bit further forward and Kyle drop back. There's a real comfort about that. I think Pulisic's much happier a little bit further forward. I mean, I'm sure that's the case. I mean, he'll do a job anywhere because his work rate's fantastic and his attitude is perfect. But the fact that they can adapt. And the other one, of course, is Ziyech. Hakim has been absolutely fantastic. He must be on that pitch for us just now for his delivery.
I was going to say, is Ziyech the first name on the team sheet? I mean, Mendy is really, isn't he? But it's Ziyech +2 for those front three places at the moment.
It is at the moment. We have to remember when Hakim was brought back into the team, there were question marks about it. People were saying, look, Hakim, he'd been in and out, up and down. Obviously Mason Mount's shouting for that position and a whole bunch of others, such as Callum. However, I think the boss seen some special things in training. And what we're seeing in training was creativity, brilliant crossing of the ball, and a real confidence growing into his game. And because he was saying that, and he says it all the time, Thomas says it all the time, if you're doing it in training, you'll be in the team. And he's doing it in training, and he thought, no, I'll give you a little run. And what a benefit it's been for him and the team. He's looked fantastic, comfortable, he's been creating, he's been scoring. And it's not arrogance, but it's super confidence, isn't it? When you see him on the ball, he looks like the player that we've all been waiting for some time. And I do say with players that play and rely on confidence, when they're there and they've got it, don't rest them. Just keep playing them, because you never know when it's going to drop off again. So, yeah, Hakim, absolutely. You want him on the pitch, and if he's drifting over to, say, the right-hand side, Marcus is going to hammer in there at the left, the back post there. And the other player is Kai. Kai, when he drifts in a kind of from a false nine position, it's quite exceptional. So that's the places where I'm looking for most creation tonight.
Plenty of options for Chelsea on the bench too, not just Romelu Lukaku. Pat mentions Mason Mount there. It's going to be fascinating to see if he gets any football ahead of the League Cup final on Sunday, of course. Kick-off rapidly approaching here. It's Chelsea against Lille in the last 16 of the Champions League. First leg. Join us for full match commentary.
Thank you to Matt and Pat. Yeah, they'll be back just before kick-off for first half commentary. Let's get some social media reaction then to the team news that has just broken this evening, and quite a lot of positivity, obviously. This front three, yeah, of course. FA Cup final, I think that is the same front three that began that. Christian Pulisic, Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech. And this one as well, another masterclass incoming. Yes. Now... Frank, we've got you in the studio. We're going to talk about Thiago Silva in a second, but this is a nice one from Christian Pulisic as well. nice little meme there, jumping off that. But on Thiago Silva, he is someone that we seem to get a little bit giddy about every week because he's such an elegant, such a brilliant footballer. And I don't want to make you feel awkward because we are sat quite close here as well.
Yeah.
But similar conversation we had about yourself in terms of that elegance and that sort of not really fair to call you a defender. You were a footballer that played the furthest away from the opposition goal. That feels...
Well, I take it as an honour because to be compared to Thiago Silva is a real one. He's been called the monster when he was playing for Paris Saint-Germain. I didn't know him, I didn't follow him, and I discovered a player who defensively was doing this job, but it's true when he has the ball, he's so comfortable. And I tell you, he's much more comfortable than I was. I can compare easily with me. And I love Rüdiger. I mean, what he did the past 2 years is absolutely amazing. Thiago Silva could play a midfielder like I did. He has everything he sees before the others. That's the thing. He had the anticipation of the game. He's like a chess player where he has 2 or 3 shots in advance, where he knows exactly what's going to happen. So he's going to cover properly. He's going to do it, and it's why he seems to be quite slow, but he's not because he has the time. That's it, because he anticipated. The guy is a master of perfection, and I'm glad that he plays for the Blues.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Time then for the social. OK, so time for the social. This is the really cool part, and we do plenty of things. We've got trending. We're going to go strolling down Fulham Road in a little while. We're going to get to know our French counterparts this evening, and we're going to start with show and tell. Now, Frank, usually on show and tell, we have a specific subject or a topic that we pick a favourite moment or goal or something like that from. Obviously, because your good self is in the studio, we picked our favourite Frank Leboeuf goal, OK?
Oh, I thought you were taking my best tackle.
Well, no. So this is the first one.
Now why you don't call me as a defender.
So you have to pick your favourite one that we've picked. So, Abby, you are... no, sorry, Dan, you are first.
It doesn't get any better than that. It just... a strike. It's so hard to do that across the body. Top bins. It doesn't get any better.
Last second of the match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, look at the crowd. It's just...
That was crazy.
Look at this. Cutting across it. 2 keepers, they can't get there.
That was a French goalkeeper, by the way. Peggy Afexad. Yeah, the hell of the game. Yeah, that's my best goal ever.
Oh, wait, don't say that.
I want to see the others because my ego needs to be fed. Sorry, but I love that one.
All right, hold that thought.
Maybe you're going to surprise me.
We're going to get into mine, which is option 2.
Okay.
And obviously, I had to bring it to the table after I'd seen Dan's selection.
I love that one.
And this
look,
is good.
Mr. McAllister. Look, McAllister.
As you did. Look at the defender's still travelling. From cutting inside there and a lovely finish.
I can't believe it's me.
All right, he likes that one as well.
I love that one too.
It's the step inside.
I think we were losing 1-0, and I was quite upset.
So that's what
I take it into my own hands.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
It's an unbelievable goal.
It's the way the defender just...
Yeah, because everybody will expect a Thierry Henry shot. Well, this is what we call in French, you know, when he goes the other side. Yeah. I'm not Thierry Henry, so... Near post.
Now, I picked a different one, OK? And I picked a different one because I want to ask you about your penalty technique, OK? So my favourite one is your penalty technique.
OK, let's go.
So this is obviously the penalty that was...
that would never been a penalty.
Yeah, let's not talk about the penalty. Let's not talk about the penalty. Thank goodness it wasn't VAR.
Well done.
Because... Dennis Wise doing the captain's job there as well, stepping in, but it's it was a windy day. But this is what I like. Okay, so I want to ask you about your penalty technique because I've been dissecting it recently. There's been a lot of penalties. The Neymar one in midweek, which a lot of people are talking about.
That was a joke.
But you tended to stand very straight on your penalty run.
Yeah, the thing is, I First, before I met Johan Niskens, he was a master of perfection in terms of penalties. I used to pick a side, go fast, and try to keep the ball on the floor, because it's almost impossible, because it's not on the area of the goalkeeper's glove. So I tried to do that, and I always thought, never tease the goalkeeper. Don't play with him, because he has what, 10% of chances to stop it. So if you shoot straight, strongly, he cannot do anything. He might save once, you know, but normally he wouldn't. But when I see Jorginho, with all due respect, Neymar, and some other, or Hazard, that's fantastic when they do it. But when they miss it, they look stupid, I have to say. No, I have to say that because you played, you tease the goalkeeper and you've been caught, you know. I missed a couple of penalties, and it's only people who never shot penalties who will never miss penalties. But I tell you, I always say the goalkeeper did the job. I don't feel guilty. I did what I had to do. I shot on target. I never missed the target. I shot on target. The goalkeeper saved. Well done to him. But I never had. And I met Johan Niskens. He told me, you know what? I was closing my eyes when I was shooting a penalty. I pick a side. I knew exactly where the target was, and I close my eyes and shoot strong. Don't care about the goalkeeper. And I was almost doing it. Because you don't care about the goalkeeper. You want to score. You don't want to please. You don't want to joke. You don't want to tease. You want to score. That's your duty. It's normally easier to score than for a goalkeeper to stop it. So it's what I was doing. I missed one against Blackburn, I think.
Yeah, I've kind of coached you into it, to picking your favourite one. I've given you why I think penalties should be it. Which one is your favourite?
Penalty?
No, of the 3 goals.
Of the 3 goals?
Yeah.
Well, do you know why I don't like yours? Because I have hair and I look ugly, so I don't. You're disqualified for that. That's not very nice of you. But I will keep yours. I mean, that's the fantastic one. I mean, because the last second of the game, because it's one touch, because I'll say I'm in balance, and it goes from the outside of the foot, so it's very hard to compose and to be powerful. And I got crazy. You know what? I was looking for Ruud Gullit. It's why I went to the dugout. Then I realized that Ruud Gullit was on the field. I swear. And,
it's an unbelievable.
And Abby's one is the choice of Abby's is very nice, because, again, there is I took the McAllister on and I found the net, but that one it's like people remember. And I have to say, this morning I went to the museum and I dropped I lent them the shirt of that goal. And I remember the shirt because I put goal in French on the collar to remember. And I put some others, but we have to go.
Okay.
Okay, but you have to go to the museum if you want to see my shirts, because I have some others very nice.
That's fair. That's a fair one, to be fair. Let's move on to the trending topics of the week then. And naturally, trending, it's got to be around Hakim Ziyech, hasn't it? What a performance. Goal scoring at the weekend. 7 points won for Chelsea this season. In his last 3 Premier League goals, Hakim Ziyech starting to look like his old self. It's a really good point. He's really turned up in the sort of edgy minutes, isn't he, when you need a little bit of quality. That 34 million for Ziyech is starting to look like a great piece of business for Chelsea. He always had the quality, just unlucky with injuries when he hit a bit of form. It's a good point from Con. Ziyech has simply been unstoppable ever since that first Carabao Cup game against Spurs. Given his current form, he's undroppable, simply magical. He started the season, pre-season, he was unbelievable as well. But this is a really good point, actually, just in general, sort of a perfect example of players, playing players into form. Ziyech over the last month or two has been extremely good and very much improved. Tuchel has gone with continuity and play players through bad form into good form, and we're a better team attacking-wise for it. Now, Abby, just on that, because he's been fantastic recently, Hakim Ziyech. Yeah. We know he's got that quality. And is it maybe a little case of he feels the trust, he feels the nice sort of positivity of the manager, just trusting him to play every game?
Yeah, I think so. He probably feels the trust from the manager, and every time he puts on that show, he wants to show what he can do. And you know, three goals in the last 3 Premier League games for him. He's pretty unstoppable. I also think he's really developed his game through playing more as well. You know, he's tracking back now, and also he's one of those players that just brings a little bit of magic. Sometimes you don't know what he's going to do next. It's a devilish delivery, another goal. You know, he's just a fantastic player, and we're lucky to have him.
Did the change in system suit him as well, Dan? Because when we went to a 4 and he played sort of high and wide on the right, a lot more sort of heels on the touchline, would allow to cut in with that left foot.
Maybe, but I think he's playing well in a front three as well. I think he just needed to play himself back into form. You know, he was really hitting some form, then he got an injury. We know all the talent's there. You know, that's never been the issue, but it's about bringing the absolute best out of him, and we know what that left foot is like. You know, every time he gets the ball, he can cut inside and whip one back post or whip it top corner or whatever it is. We know the delivery is going to be good. It was just about kind of moulding the other parts to his game, and right now, you know, like people are saying, he is probably the first name on the team sheet.
You know, if I can say 2 words about that. I always talk to Gianfranco Zola about those players, you know, technically very strong, you know. He said, I have to be at 100% of my physical, you know, form if I want to provide something for the team. And I think Hakim never been physically at 100% since he signed, and now he is, and now we see the difference. That's the message for people who think that being lazy will help. You know, if you have a technique, now you need to be strong.
And he seems like the kind of player as well that you would have loved to play with, because his delivery from set pieces.
Oh my God, that's the crosses, the set pieces, you know, the top corner that he can make. I mean, that's lovely. I will be on his back all the time because I love those kind of players. But I know you have to be tough with them. I was like that with Torre Andre Flo, that, you know, the technique is there, but sometimes, you know, you get a bit lazy. I would say, you are a fantastic player. Use it. Please use it for the sake of the team. And those players, I mean, they're jury. You have to make sure they shine, you know. Yeah. But sometimes you can kick a little bit. Yeah.
I love that. Right then, time to go strolling down Fulham Road. Here we are then, Champions League nights, and it's lively, isn't it? Seen a lot of Lille fans out and about.
I have. Even when I was coming from Earls Court Station, I saw loads of them. They're here in big numbers. It feels like a Champions League night, though. It's beginning to. It's colder than it looks. I'm wishing I had my jacket on, but it is.
But fashion, you know.
I can feel the atmosphere. Can you?
Yeah, absolutely. And the Lille fans, when I saw them earlier, were loud, absolutely singing, having a great time. So yeah. Big match today. I'm excited about it, though. I keep already getting overexcited. You know, we are the champions of Europe.
Yeah, we are.
Can we do it again?
We're the champions of the world. We are the champions of everything. You know, it's easier to hunt the trophy than to be hunted, I would say. Everyone is out for our blood now. Mm-hmm. I feel like we are favourites. You know, we have a good record against Lille. We beat them in 2019. And I'm expecting a convincing win.
Yeah, me too.
Are you?
Too. Yeah, I'm expecting us to win. I'd say 2-0 tonight. I think it's going to be fairly comfortable, I hope. But Champions League nights are obviously where legends are made. Like, what are some of your favourite memories of seeing players, you know, play in Champions League games?
Well, I look no further than last year.
Oh.
You know, 2021 being in Porto, seeing that win in the flesh will... It will live with me forever. It was the best moment ever. And the second moment that was huge was the 2012 one. You know, we're no strangers to winning this cup. I feel like it is kind of ours.
Yeah.
I've actually said from the beginning of the season that regardless of our form in the league, and we had that little dip, I still favour us to win the Champions League. I really do. I just think things are playing out around the same way. We'll hit form again. Hopefully we get Chile and Reece back soon. And we'll hit form just as we approach the quarters and the semi-finals.
So midweek game, under the lights, atmosphere is building nicely. Yeah. Let's reflect on some Champions League memories, because like you say, we're pretty lucky to have a few in the locker. So what are the ones that spring to mind for you, Dan?
I'll tell you the actual biggest moment for me. It was when Torres went round Victor Valdez.
Oh.
That was back to the Wolves stuff from Chelsea. Yeah. Probably some of the best defending I've ever seen. 10 men down at the at the new camp, and it was miraculous how we got out of that. Ramirez with a chip, and then, you know, last minute Torres goes round Valdez.
And Torres as well. Like, no one would have ever predicted that. That's the thing, isn't it? If you score a goal like that, you write yourself into Champions League and Chelsea history.
He's immortal. He's immortal. One goal will pay back the 50 million fee that we paid for him. Honestly, it was wonderful. But you could feel it here. There's something different in these. When it's a league game, you know that you've got 37 more, regardless of the result. Whereas nights like this, you know, you can win and lose a tie here. You know, if we come away with a convincing win, we can kind of relax in the second leg. Not too much, but enough to be able to know that we're through to the quarters.
Yeah, like you say, we kind of need to lay down a marker in the first leg, hopefully almost close this thing off, score a couple of goals, and then not stress.
Who do you fancy as the goal scorers?
I'm going to go Ziyech if he starts, just because he's in, I mean, incredible form at the moment, isn't he? How about you?
Do you know what? I agree. Hopefully he starts. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. We're going to look stupid, aren't we? Joe, who do you reckon?
Ziyech.
Well, there you go. Ziyech is going to score, and he's going to score big. And then we're going to win the Champions League.
It has to be Ziyech now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. No pressure.
Now, Frank, I'm going to ask you to sit and judge us quietly now, because I'm going to put the two to a test in a quiz.
Oh,
In your honour. Yes, very much about you. So
don't look at me. Don't try to cheat. Okay.
Abby, I'll start with you.
OK.
Who did Frank score his first goal for us against? Was it Coventry, Arsenal, or Aston Villa?
Ooh.
Just to say, I scored against the 3 teams the same season.
It's confusing, isn't it? I'm going to say Aston Villa.
It's Coventry.
It is Coventry.
I'm just going to check every time we come through, Frank. Just going to check that you've got it right. Just going to check.
Coventry, yeah.
OK, Dan. How many penalties did Frank miss for us? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
1, isn't it?
In the league? Or in the overall?
Overall.
2. 1 in Champions League against Feyenoord and 1 against Blackburn.
OK, OK.
So it's right.
OK, well done. Good work. I had 1 down. So this is why we've got Frank here as the fact checker.
And you had a 1 answer?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Go direct to the source.
Yeah, I wish. Well, we won the Feyenoord one, so it's OK.
Abby, Frank scored and was sent off in a game at Coventry in March 1997. What was unusual about that game? Did he score at both ends of the pitch that day? We brought the wrong kit and had to play in Coventry's away kit. Or the game started half an hour late because our team bus got stuck in traffic.
These are all amazing reasons. I'm going to say the bus got caught in traffic?
No. We had to wear the red and black Coventry away shirt.
Seriously?
And you know what? I was almost fined by the Premier League, the PFA, yeah, because I took the T-shirt off when we lost that game, and I put it on the floor. But not because I was upset, because I was upset we couldn't play with our colours, and I thought we lost against that, not against the Coventry shirt, but because of us. And I apologise, and well. That was bad.
I mean, Coventry fans, you did tend to score against them quite a few times, so probably.
What was the kit that we had? Was it the yellow and blue?
I don't know. I think we brought the blue one, and we should have brought the yellow one.
Okay.
And we had only the blue one. Yeah,
OK,
whatever.
Here we go then, Dan. We're going to fly through these now. How many trophies did Frank win with us? 4, 5, or 6?
6.
Always go for the highest.
It was 6, yeah. Good work.
I like that, and it's true.
Abby, how many international goals did Frank score for us? 4, 5, or 6?
6. Let's go with the highest.
4.
I knew I was going to do that.
In Cup, I don't remember. I don't know.
They're important goals. I've checked them. They're good goals as well.
I don't know.
And final one, Dan. Which team did Frank make most appearances for? Was it Chelsea, Marseille, or Strasbourg?
Chelsea.
Strasbourg, wasn't it?
Yes.
Not many, though. Not many,
Not many, because I played 5.5 years for Strasbourg.
Yeah.
And I played 5 years for Chelsea. So I think it's 204 overall for Chelsea.
Yep.
I don't know how many for
Not too. I think there's about 20 in it. There's not many in it at all.
Okay.
Very, very close. Frank, we're going to have to let you go now because I want to make sure you get
because I have to watch a game.
Frank, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Right now, we're continuing to build up to Chelsea's Champions League this season with something very magical. OK, this is very exciting. We have a very special guest who I'm going to allow to introduce themselves. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Karan. Karan Singh Magic's my stage name. I'm from India. I'm a mind reader, mentalist kind of person. And yeah, I'm incredibly honoured and privileged to be here. So thank you for having me.
It's absolutely our pleasure. Myself and Abby are very nervous because you've got something to show us, haven't you?
I have, yes. I'm going to try to read your minds slightly, try to mess with you the best I can.
Getting more nervous.
Getting more. Don't be scared. I won't try to embarrass you in any way, shape or form, unless it's really funny. So we try this. Can I get you to please think of, let's go with a Chelsea player. Could be a legend, could be a current player, anything that you want. Get that name to the front of your mind now. Do you have something?
I have.
Perfect. And what I'll get you to do is to think of your favourite Chelsea game. Don't make it something obvious like a Champions League final or something like that, but get something in mind. And same thing, get that game in the front of your mind right now.
Okay.
Do you have something? Perfect.
Well, do you know?
I'll get to know slowly. Here's the plan. What you're going to do is very slowly start imagining the game happening right now. And what you are going to do is imagine that that player sort of walks in and the kind of conversation that you might have with them. Okay, the moment you do that, there is a huge smile that comes onto your face. So I'm assuming this is, of course, a player that you like, but I'm assuming this is a player that you have... this is a player from the current squad. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Excellent. So just think of which position this player's on. And what I want you to do is imagine which year this game happened in. Imagine which decade this was. If this was 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, think of that. All right, that was a very definite nod when I said 2000. So this will be somewhere between 2000 and 2010.
I didn't realise I did that. I was trying not to do that.
Yeah, the harder you try not to do it, the easier it becomes. Between 2000 and 2010, yes?
Yes.
Perfect. Champions League as opposed to Premier League or FA Cup, yes?
What? Yes. I tried to do that to decoy what you told me.
Nice. And this is... Think of which position this player's on. Imagine them sort of running, if you can. Oh, a definite smile again there. This is someone who covers a lot of ground, yes?
Trying to contain it.
So I'm assuming this will be one of the midfielders, someone who's covering a lot of ground. Oh, I think I know what this might be.
Oh, no.
I think I know. Think of a letter somewhere in the middle of his name.
OK.
Say that. Are you thinking of the first name or the second name? Which name?
Surname.
Surname. So
second name.
Get a name, or get a letter somewhere in the middle of the surname. Say that to yourself again and again. Can you open your mouth slightly? Yeah, tongue touching the roof of the mouth, almost as you're about to say N out loud. Is that an N that you're thinking of?
Yes.
That makes it slightly easier for me. I think my handwriting is atrocious, but I'll show you first. Close your eyes. I don't want you looking. I'll show the camera as well. I think, if I'm not wrong, it should be that. I'm going to count to 3, and when I reach 3, you can open your eyes now. In your nicest, clearest voice, you're going to tell us what you were thinking of, and her reaction will tell you if I got it anywhere close. 1, 2, 3.
N'Golo Conte.
Oh, my God. Spot on. That has blown my mind. I don't know about you.
That is ridiculous. No. Oh, no. That is unbelievable.
Oh, thank you. Well, we still have her left. Do you also have something going on in your mind? This is a game. Think of who we are playing against. Yeah? So this is Champions League, so I'm assuming this will be a slightly bigger team. I'm assuming this is not the group stage because I can't imagine a group stage game being close to your heart. Any specific reason why you thought of this game?
It's my first Chelsea game that I went to.
It's your first Chelsea game that you went to. And do you remember ever seeing this on camera somewhere or anything of that sort?
I don't know this.
No,
You don't know this,
no.
yeah? So there's no way I can know.
No way.
No, I don't know if I've shared that, no.
First Chelsea game that you remember going to. I'm going to hazard a guess of the year first. 2005, 2006, one of those? 2006? No, but somewhere close to that. Yeah? Okay, which year was this?
2000.
2000, all right, so quite a while ago. This is Champions League in 2000. I mean, rack my brains. Do you remember the score of this match?
Yes.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
I might not get the score right, but whatever team this is Chelsea's playing against, say their name to yourself again and again. Oh, instantly your sort of eyes move all over the place. Can you imagine this team on the map somewhere in the world? Can you do that? Okay, again, eyes darting towards a specific location. This is probably east of England. This is...
I have really bad geography.
Yeah, really bad geography, but I'm guessing this will be either Spain or France, one of those. Definite reaction on Spain. So I'm going to go with Spain. This is a guess. I'm not going to write it down, but I think our reaction will tell both of us if I'm on the right track or not. I think this is the quarter-final. It's Chelsea versus Barcelona. Is that the game that was going on in your mind, the first game that you attended?
It absolutely
I might
is,
not
yes.
get the score right, but was it 3-1 to Chelsea?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
That's why it was a special one.
That was a special one,
Yeah.
yes. Well done.
I can't believe that. Especially because you said, don't think of a Champions League thing. I was like, hang on a minute. There's a slight... It's not final. I'll get him out here.
Yeah.
You still got it.
Yeah, it's still in.
I can't believe it.
I don't want to know how you've done that.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you.
No, I don't want to.
But then I'll have to kill you.
I'm going to try and get some words out now because I'm stunned still.
Yeah,
but
I'm a bit speechless.
I want to get to know you more. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, no, thank you for
I'm
having me.
just staggered.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in to see us. So let's hear a bit more about you. Let's hear a bit more about your Chelsea journey.
I often say this, that Chelsea is the only thing that's been in my life longer than magic has. I became a Chelsea fan when I was 6 or 7 years old. That's around the time the Premier League started playing in India. This was, I think, 97, 98. And I remember just sort of flipping through channels, and I saw Gianfranco Zola take this free kick. And I was like, wow, I love this guy. and I became a Chelsea fan. And I've seen Chelsea as much as I can for the last 2 decades. I've cancelled shows to watch a Chelsea game. Yes. I've genuinely done that. I've flown to London all the way from India about 5 or 6 times to watch a Chelsea game. And here I am again. And it's slightly surreal that I'm here with you guys. I was pitchside a few moments ago. It's just incredible that I'm getting to do this. So it's like a dream come true.
Well, let's ask why we've got the honour of having you today then. What are you over here for this time?
I came for a holiday, and I was supposed to fly back yesterday. And some of the people who sort of work for Chelsea, I've done a few things with them before during the pandemic, and they said, while you're here, why don't you come for the game? And almost Godfather-like, it was like an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Oh, absolutely.
So I said, yeah, sure. So I extend my trip by a week, and here I am vacationing and watching the Champions League. It can't get better.
Karen, thank you so much for coming in to see us. I want to talk to you more off camera now, but I didn't want to give you anything beforehand about asking you your favourite players or tell you anything about us. So can we get a score prediction from you tonight?
I would go 2-1 to Chelsea.
2-1, so that's definitely happening. That's definitely happening.
That's it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
That was incredible. Incredible.
Thank you. Worst case, we make the Lille goals disappear.
Now Karam said 2-1. I think it's a bit of a waste of time us doing all this. We might as well go home now. It's clearly going to happen. Incredible.
I'm shocked.
Dan, genuinely, I cannot tell you how difficult we tried to make it, but absolutely amazing.
You know, you can see Israel from your reactions.
Incredible. I want to talk about some sad news that obviously hit us yesterday and the day before about Jamal Edwards. Obviously, Jamal's such a massive Chelsea fan. You'll know about Jamal. You'll have seen about Jamal throughout the club. A lot of players tweeting their tributes and condolences as well. This is obviously from the club themselves. And Jamal's done pieces on camera with Chelsea recently. He's voiced over a lot of content on the Fifth Stand app. He was interviewed Trevor Chalobah at the start of the season. And if you didn't know about Jamal, you will know of Jamal's work. He's an extraordinary human being. And Dan, I know you knew him really well, mate. So just if you wanted to share anything, really.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've known Jamal since we were probably around 16 years old, and he's just always been a pioneer in absolutely everything. He was one of the first YouTube guys to pick up a camera and go around and film people rapping and music, and he did a lot in sports as well as music. He built so many things, not just community centres, and there's stuff that I have no idea what he's done, but his name's on it. He's done so much. I don't know a single person that has a bad thing to say about him. He's just a very nice, genuine, lovely person. Always wants to help. Always wants to, if you've got a plan, he's there to listen. So it's a massive loss. It's a shock to absolutely everybody. But there is a positive in that. What a legacy he's left. Honestly, the amount of you go on anywhere, social media, and you just see everybody is upset and everybody is, just ranting and raving about all the things he's built and all the things he's done for everyone. So, yeah, a sad loss, a super sad loss, but what an impact he's had on, how things are at the moment.
I mean, just echoing that, his impact on the music industry is just, I mean, remarkable. Like the list of names that he was instrumental in bringing to the forefront of music. I mean, Ed Sheeran's one of the names. He's arguably the biggest superstar on the planet.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have had the career.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had the career were it not for Jamal.
Yeah, exactly. Him giving those opportunities to artists early. You mentioned Ed Sheeran, but Dave, Jessie J. I mean, I'd be here all day if I spoke about all the artists that he'd helped. But yeah, he leaves behind one hell of a legacy. And he was always someone that I hugely admired because I don't know if anyone remembers that Google Chrome advert that he did. I remember so clearly watching that on TV, and it was his story of SBTV, him and his camcorder that his mum had given him, and him starting the channel, and it made me be like, I can follow my passion and I can make something happen for me. And I think he inspired so many people in that way, and he wanted everyone to win. Any interactions that I had with him, always just a lovely person, and you know, it's testament to him with the outpouring on social media and all the Chelsea players. And you know, he was proper Chelsea. He's going to be missed so much.
Just on that, I mean, I'm born in the same area as Jamal. Jamal was like just a role model to everyone to go. There's not much positive news that used to come out of Luton when I was growing up, but Jamal was that positive story. He was the one, and he treated everyone, whether they be a superstar like John Terry or Ed Sheeran, he treated them exactly the same as he would treat a normal person like me. And I spoke to him 10 days ago about Chelsea and Luton playing next week, and just, yeah, so sad. Like you said, the tributes and everything that's pouring in is just a testament to how special he was, and very sorely missed. But yeah, just wanted to make a point. There'll be 31 minutes into the game today at the Shed End, and the whole of Stamford Bridge will be standing to applaud the legacy of Jamal Edwards. Thank you for joining us. Stick around for first half commentary coming your way next.
Adams joined by the Chelsea legend Pat Nevin at the top of the East Stand to bring you full match commentary on Chelsea versus Lille in the first leg of this UEFA Champions League last 16 tie. You join us just as the European and World Champions